Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Forbes Flash. Thanks for joining us. Mexican drug lord El Chapo was sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years by a New York court on Wednesday. The kingpin of the Sinaloa cartel, whose real name is Joaquin Guzman, is expected to live out the rest of his days in a Colorado supermax prison following his conviction on drugs, money laundering, and firearm charges. Witnesses in the trial told how he tortured and participated in the murder of his enemies. After being found guilty on 10 charges in February, the drug lord sold his rights to his name to allow his wife, Emma Coronel, to start a clothing brand under El Chapo. Last week's charges against Jeffrey Epstein of 2 federal counts of sex trafficking and sex trafficking conspiracy revived decade-old allegations that he ran a sex ring of underage girls for him and his famous friends. This week, court documents confirmed what Forbes has reported since 2011, that Jeffrey Epstein is not a billionaire. A financial disclosure form filed by Epstein's legal team said he has over $550 million assets. Although it was known his properties were worth collectively in the hundreds of millions, their values were confirmed by Epstein's team for the first time. The Manhattan mansion is listed at $55 million, the New Mexico Zorro Ranch at $17 million, the Paris apartment $8 million, and his 2 islands in the Virgin Islands, Great St. James $22 million, and Little St. James Island $63 million, not to forget the Palm Beach house at $12 million. In June, Facebook announced Libra, a cryptocurrency to be used as a tool intended to make it easier for people to send money around the world quickly and cheaply, expected to launch in 2020. The company says the digital currency and underlying infrastructure will especially help the estimated 1.7 billion people in the world without access to a traditional bank. However, a bipartisan group of lawmakers fear adoption by the company's 2.38 billion registered users could undermine the stability of the global financial system and give Facebook access to too much personal financial information. Another concern from lawmakers is that Libra would allow criminals to bypass the regulated banking system, particularly for money laundering or drug trade. In the hearing before the U.S. Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs, Facebook said they are willing to work with U.S. regulators before launching the cryptocurrency to the public. This week, we launched our list of next billion-dollar startups, made up of 25 fast-growing, venture-backed startups, most likely to reach $1 billion in value. In the past 5 years, we've accumulated 100 alumni of Forbes' next billion-dollar startups, selected with the help of TrueBridge, the North Carolina venture that evaluates hundreds of candidates based on revenues, operating strategies, and competitive challenges. Since the publication of last year's list in October 2018, 7 companies from the list are now valued at $1 billion or more by private investors, aka they've reached unicorn status. The list of 25 companies includes Rothy's, the footwear brand made of recycled plastic water bottles, who has an estimated $140 million in revenue for 2018. Patreon, a company that allows starving artists to offer exclusive experiences in return for contributions from their subscribers or patrons. And Duolingo, the gamified digital language learning tool that has 28 million monthly active users. This year, while researching for our 2019 list, our reporters caught problems at San Francisco-based Clio, a parenting app with a troubled workplace and a CEO who lied about her age and background. The company was removed from consideration after our investigation, and its CEO resigned in mid-June. The FaceApp challenge is sweeping the internet, where celebs and the rest of us have been adding years to their faces with the app's old age filter. The app uses artificial intelligence to create a rendering of what you might look like when you're older, grayer, and wiser on your iPhone or your Android device. But one tweet set off a minor internet panic this week when a developer warned that the app could be taking all the photos from your phone and uploading them to its server without any obvious permissions from the user. But according to researchers, the Russian company is not a danger to your privacy, at least based on current evidence that most of the servers are based in America, not Russia. Although FaceApp has been deemed not dangerous, approximately 150 million people have downloaded and used the app, giving the company permission and access to use their images and their names. Forbes contacted FaceApp founder Yaroslav Gonkarov, who provided a statement Wednesday morning. He said that user data is not transferred to Russia and that most of the photo processing is in the cloud. Thanks for tuning in this week. Share your feedback using #ForbesFlash, and we'll see you next week.